Hey, thanks for coming. Today, I wanted to talk about pranayama. Prana means the study of the prana. And most people think that those are breathing techniques. In the 8 limbs of yoga that Patanjali talked about, prana, the study of prana is the 4th limb. Prana actually means something other than breathing. And this video is to talk about or illustrate the difference between the breath and the prana. Why is that important? Because prana is necessary in the process of building up power within your being. We are not this body, and the prana, while is associated with the breath, is not the breath itself. So the practice of pranayama is to teach you first that the breath and the prana are 2 different things. Secondly, how to get control of the prana through the breath. Thirdly, how to get control of the mind through the prana. The mind and the prana are like twins. Okay, so how do you learn that the prana is different from the breath? Well, the Chinese system of qi is actually a way to show you how to differentiate between the 2. And I think I will put a link to the John Chang video where he actually gets a piece of paper on fire on the ground by putting his hand to it. The Soham mantra that I have a video on teaches in a subtle way that the prana is different from the breath. Why? Because the prana and the breath start at the base, go up to here, and the breath goes out, but the prana continues. So just by making that statement on the Soham mantra and the breathing exercise associated with it, the subconscious mind, where everything happens, becomes aware that the prana is different, has a different path. But you can use the breath to help the prana, because the breath and the mind are similar to the breath and the prana. So when you breathe in and do the alternate nostril breathing, you'll see some people, they combine it with mantras. The purpose is to make you aware of the energy traveling, not the breath itself. So when you see the picture of the medical symbol, the caduceus, where the spiraling up around the central staff with the 2 snakes, that's 2 important energy nadis, but what it really represents is the energy spiraling up one path and it's spiraling up another. The purpose of the breathing exercise is to make you feel that spiraling up and then to feel the energy going up the center of the spine. Okay, which means that it goes up over the forehead. Okay? I'm going to take some breath in and I'm going to put it in my hand, the energy. Okay, some of you will see the energy even through this communication process. Some won't. So here we go. Can you see the difference between the two hands? Some of you will, some of you won't. The ones that can see, watch a little more. Now this is a trick that Yogananda used when he wrote his book, Autobiography of a Yogi. If you read that book, no matter what version you get, paperback, hardbound, old or new, you open it and the energy comes out. He used the same trick. Tantra says that when you hear the truth, it affects you immediately, whether you believe it or not. I have a video called Trotic. And this is the other thing with pranayama. When you do that visual exercise, your breath slows down. To retain the breath, always redirects the Kundalini energy. Always. So to have awareness of the breath and to know that it's different from the prana itself means that you can then learn to change direction with it, put it someplace. It's like energy. You can't see the energy in a battery, but if you hook up something to a positive and negative, you get a current. So you can see it by its effects. Eventually you can learn to see it. That's why when you see pictures of saints with halos around their head, that's because people became attuned to that energy and could see it around the people in their aura. It built up and then it started to leak out. If you go back and look at other videos of prana demonstrations, you should look at them with the attitude that the breath and the prana are different. That will affect your mind. If you go look at some pictures of Shaktipat like Swamiji, she was able to transmit the energy out of her body into somebody else's. Perhaps I'll put that link there for you to see as well. The intention was to make the awareness of the prana, that the teachings that you should see should tell you how to separate the breath and the prana. If they don't do that, they're not really working. You need to find something that will show that. You need to become convinced of it, and then you'll be further along than you were before. Thank you.